to their own peril, that destroyed themselves. And you're going to look at these people and say, man, why did God put these people up? Why? Because you had your chance and we turned it over to them. We did it. We did it. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 32 verse 22. For a fire is kindled in my anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hell, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundations of the mountains. And I will heap mischiefs upon them, and I will spin my arrows upon them. They shall be burnt with hunger, and devoured with burning heat.
And that's what happened to our people. That's what happened to our people. Our people have so much, but we're missing the key ingredient. The God that bared us. That's what we're missing. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 32 verse 24. They shall be burnt with hunger, and devoured with burning heat, and with bitter destruction. I will also send the teeth of beasts upon them, with the poison of serpents of the dust. The sword without and terror within shall destroy both the young man and the virgin, the suckling also with the man of gray hairs.
Let you know that they would start consuming our children. There's scriptures that tell you that they would start consuming our children before they come into the earth. Abortion. They make it seem like that's a international cry for women's rights for abortion, when the vast majority of people that are aborting children are Israelites, are black people, are Mexicans, are Hispanics, are what they call the minority. We're the people of the curse. But now the Most High is bringing again the captivity of our people. The question is, do you want to be free? And are we willing to go through what it would take to be free? Nothing comes easy. We're taught in these churches that the kingdom of heaven is just going to float down and just come to you because you're a good person. Nah, you have to work. Christ had to die to receive his dominion that he's bringing to this earth. The followers of Yeshua must suffer the persecution in this time. Period. Or we're not worthy. So some people want to hold on to their cushy lives. You're going to lose your life. Anyone that gained their life in this lifetime, you gain the life that Satan is going to give you, you will lose the life that Christ is bringing. Your life have to come back with him. So we must become dead to this world. Some people are making their decisions in this earth strictly based on substance and their surroundings. Well, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? How am I going to do this? When Christ says, listen, with food, shelter, and raiment be therewith content. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all his righteousness, and all things shall be added to you. The kingdom cometh not by observation. The kingdom of heaven is within you. You have to work to bring it forth. It's in you. You must follow the Most High. You must follow his voice. Let's get to Romans, the 11th chapter. And let's get Ezekiel. Let's go to Romans 11 and let's get Ezekiel 37. And you know what? Us going into this understanding, it's a feel-good understanding because we're at the end of our captivity. That's the feel-good story. is that of course, we have to go through Jacob's trouble to get it, but we're right here. Let's go to Romans 11. And let's start at the 11th verse.
Romans chapter 11, verse 11. I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall?
The Bible is asking, have the Israelites stumbled that they should fall? Now, how do we know this they is talking about Israelites? Start at the first verse.
Romans chapter 11, verse 1.
Go ahead.
I say then, have the Most High cast away his people?
Paul asked a question. Have the Most High, whom you call God, did he cast away his people? The people of the Old Testament, did he just do away with them like the churches is saying? That he done away with them and now he got the church? Read it again.
I say then, have the Most High cast away his people? The Most High forbid.
No. Read.
For I am also an Israelite.
He's a what?
For I am also an Israelite.
Paul says, I'm an Israelite. The Lord didn't do away with me. His people are Israelites. So any teaching that say that the Israelites are done away with is boasted against the natural branches. That's what Paul is bringing here. Read.
For I am also an Israelite, of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
He stated his nation and tribe. Can we? He stated his nation and tribe. Read.
Verse 2. The Most High have not cast away his people which he foreknew.
The Most High have not cast away his people which he foreknew in the Old Testament. They're in the earth. They've been scattered throughout all the kingdoms, and the nations and the Gentiles have been sitting on them, have their foot on their necks. That's the truth. I don't care how many times they try to roll out a Barack Obama. Okay, Barack Obama is brought. He's brought. He can't do one thing on his own. Not one thing. A matter of fact, he's doing even more ill than George Bush. And that's the truth. Okay? They needed him at this time. So that you can have a feel-good person that you can believe in at this very end. That will lead you right to your demise because you believe in him. And he looks like you. Go down to the 11th verse. Read it.
Romans chapter 11, verse 11. I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall?
Have Israel stumbled that they should fall? That means, will they be down forever? Read.
God forbid.
No. Read.
But rather, through their fault, salvation is come unto the Gentiles.
So because Israelites fell, salvation, which means dominion and rulership, went to all the Gentile people. So who had the rulership and money before they fell? Israel. Salvation came to the Gentiles when Israel fell, when the true Israelites fell and were scattered. Read.
For to provoke them to jealousy.
To get Israel jealous. Read.
Romans chapter 11, verse 12. Now if the fall of them be the riches of the world.
That's how we know that the riches is the salvation of the nations. The nations of Gentiles are in their salvation right now. This is their payment right now. This earth, as we see it at this present state, is their salvation. Read that last part again.
Romans chapter 11, verse 12. Now if the fall of them be the riches of the world.
If the fall of Israel became the riches of the world, don't forget it says salvation have come to the Gentiles. What went to the Gentiles? The riches and power and rulership of the earth. That was meant for God's people through Abraham. Originally. The earth was supposed to be theirs. That's 2 Ezra 6 and 54. But because Israel was disobedient, now all the nations who the Lord tell you are foolish rulers are over us now. Read.
Romans chapter 11, verse 12. Now if the fall of them be the riches of the world, and the diminishing of them the riches of the Gentiles, how much more their fullness?
That means how much more will the true Israelites get when they come back to Christ? how much more will they receive when Christ is giving out the real dominion and riches? So there is a point in time where Christ and God again will be dealing with their people, the physical people in the earth. There will come a time. It tells you in Revelation, the 21st chapter, that the kingdom of heaven itself is named with the nations of Israel's address. Israel's name